Hello everyone, welcome back to Chat with the Jesuit. My name's Emma.
My name is Hannah and we are first year students at St. Aloysius College.
And today we are here with Br Abel Ogonah. Can you please present yourself?
I'm Br Abel, Ogonah, a Jesuit from Kenya. For the last 2 years, I've been doing my apostolic experience here at the college, St. Aloysius College. I mainly work at the secondary school, but also help at the primary with EYM, and occasionally I interact with the sixth form.
And our first question for you is, why did you become a Jesuit?
All right. Well, since childhood, I always had the feeling that I wanted to be a priest. And I felt that I didn't just want to be a priest in a certain region. I wanted to reach out and travel the world and see areas where people are in need. So I was searching for an order, a religious congregation that would help me do this. So as I was discerning and reading about various male religious organizations, I found the Jesuits and understood what they do, that they reach the peripheries where others don't go. They accompany the young people, work with the poor of the society, and do a lot of things for people who are even less privileged. So I thought this would be a good order for me to join. So that's why I joined the Jesuits.
Very good.
Thank you very much. Also, what struck you about your period being here in Malta, and how long have you been in Malta?
I'm finishing my second year in Malta as a regent. And what struck me was how especially young people are so interested in having a spirituality. I go to churches and I see young people showing a lot of devotion, a lot of commitment in their relationship with Christ. And that really strikes me, tells me that young people know what they're supposed to do and they are committed to achieve what's required of them.
Thank you.
And for you personally, what is your experience with the church?
It's very interesting because I came from a part of the world where the church is said to be growing and flourishing, to a part of the world where the church is perceived to be diminishing in size. But my experience is that, well, I have an impression that maybe people want a different sense of religion, not just about religion, about identifying as Christians, but about maintaining a personal relationship with God, knowing who God is in their lives and how to relate with that God. And I think that is the mindset that is so loud in the church now.
So, what is your experience as a Jesuit so far?
I love the Jesuits because in the Jesuit order, I feel like I'm given enough space to grow, to identify my talents and to actualize them. The Jesuit always invite you to share what you have, and they help you. They facilitate actualization of your abilities. So the experience so far has been nourishing, has been developing. I've grown to discover things I didn't know about myself, but also to grow better in the things that I already had. Yeah, so it's very interesting, and I feel spirited to continue as a Jesuit.
Thank you.
Okay, it's very common for students to deal with doubt and faith. Do you have any advice for those who are dealing with doubt and faith?
Okay. I think having doubt um, is not a bad thing. It means people are interested to find the truth. So doubt is already the first step to knowing something. So it's okay to question, and it's very okay for young people to ask questions about their faith, because we don't just want to believe and leave it there, but then we accompany believing and understanding of faith and reason. Why do we do this? And why do I have to behave this way? So it's very okay for young people to doubt, to ask questions, because then that leads to acquiring knowledge. Mm.
Thank you. young people are having like difficulties joining religious organizations or
Mm.
advocacies, what advice would you give to these young people who have certain doubts about joining these organizations?
Okay, yes, that is a current challenge that the church is facing. Vocations are reducing in some parts of the world. And what I would say, the young people are a bit confused, so it's upon the society to show direction to the young people and tell them what still makes sense. So religious life is not a loss. It's not a career. It is a vocation. So it is God that calls people to serve in this manner of life. And it is a feeling that comes from within an individual. So an individual should discern, and when they have certain prompts to serve as religious, what I would advise them is to come forth and seek advice, seek direction, maybe from spiritual directors, from the church, and from the adults, so that they are shown the right way. But they
Yes.
shouldn't fear, because it is God's way and it's God calling them.
Yes, very good. And how did it feel as a young religious person to move from one culture to another and deal with different people?
It is a challenge. It's a challenge because I'm always forced to move from my comfort zone to another place, and before I settle, I'm asked to move again. It's a challenge, but I see it as an opportunity to explore the world, to understand different ideologies, and to widen my scope of knowledge and culture. Yeah.
Thank you. So, in what ways do you think you benefited from this experience? Like, what kind of remained within you from this experience?
Yes. One, as a Jesuit, you need to have a very intense formation to prepare you for the apostolic life afterwards. So this requires that one is exposed to different realities, to different ideologies, to different ways of doing things, different cultures. And so I feel right now that I have a hybrid culture. I am not stuck to one way of doing things. And for me, this is very progressive.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you so
welcome.
much. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for joining us with another episode of Chats with the Jesuit.